Hello, viewers, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 3b, Know Thy Strategic Self. My name is Dave, founder of Pegleg, and this is a two-part episode that's being released simultaneously. It was just too much content to get through in one 5-minute episode, and I'm trying not to get away from these 5-minute things because I think they'll be more digestible, and I don't have all day as much as I wish I did. Okay, so in the last part of the episode, we talked about tactics as being essentially your behaviors, and strategy, small strategy, being stringing together some tactics towards a goal. We also talked about how strategy can become bigger and broader, right? You have your overall goals for your divorce, and you can find a strategy to reach those goals, and then find tactics to implement that strategy to reach those goals, okay? Now we're going to talk about knowing yourself, and it dovetails really nicely with strategy and tactics because in strategy and tactics, we talked about behaviors and how you react to your spouse, defining a lot of how the divorce is going to go. So in knowing yourself, that fundamental level is knowing your behaviors, your reactions, okay? Then the next level would be acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, we have a little bit of foreshadowing. Your strengths will not always be your strengths, and your weaknesses will sometimes become your strengths, and that's somewhat the goal. I mean, one example, not to digress too much here, is I had one client who could not. She was so dominated by her partner that she couldn't, and was afraid to get into conflict with them. But they pushed it too far. There was something that she really needed to address with them. So we role played for a few hours to get her ready for this coffee meeting that they were going to be attending. I was so proud of her, and we went so far as to, she was very prim and proper, and we went so far as to change her appearance, right, dishevel her hair a little bit, undo that top button, and so she went into the and change her body language, right? So she went into this coffee meeting from the meek and mild wife who had always been dominated to someone new had showed up to the relationship. And frankly, she scared the shit out of him, right? And it wasn't magic, and she was afraid, but she was able to act and put on a role to turn her weakness of conflict avoidance into a strength. Because if you behave one way and that pattern is recognized, and you behave a different way, you set the other person off balance. You disrupt their plan, right? Disrupting the other side's plan is an effective tactic and part of our strategy. So she was able to do this. Actually, the case, he scared her. She scared him so much that the case resolved in probably the next month or 6 weeks. And she didn't get everything, but she got everything that she needed and exactly what she could live with. Again, that's a broader goal for the divorce. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so understanding, cataloging your behaviors, your reactions, your strengths, your weaknesses is critical, but you also need to know and catalog your resources, right? Your friends, especially your finances, okay? The worst place you can be in is starting this huge fight, legal fight, engaging all these lawyers, and then you run out of money. Right? That's the worst possible place you can be in. So you need to know your resources very well, right? So whatever strategy you develop needs to account for these resources. Do you need to be a guerrilla fighter, right? Hiding in the jungle? Or can you be a shock and awe, huge budget divorce? Both of these can be effective tactics, but you need to be realistic about what you've got and what you can do. Okay, so now we have the very basics of strategy, tactics, and knowing yourself. I would suggest that you keep a divorce diary, especially now what we've learned here, taking notes of your behaviors, your reactions, their behaviors. And as we will find out, controlling your reactions and your communications are the most powerful weapons you will have in your arsenal. In the next episode, we'll talk more about knowing yourself and your enemy, and then if we have time, getting into goal setting, battles, and battlefields. I hope this has been interesting and helpful for you. I wish you the best in your divorce, and thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.